given that there's a horse-drawn carriage, and it talks about
1800.
President Abraham Lincoln. Abraham.
Okay, I think we got it in order.
You got it? Wait, but all of them go together, not just the pictures.
I know, I'm talking about just the pictures.
Oh, okay. So far you think that's in order.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I guess it's all up to you.
So then are you just gonna slot in the other ones?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Good idea. Yours is really starting to look like a timeline. I'm impressed. Good job.
You guys come over here.
Other than the 1950s, do you have a guess at when these things happened? Sorta, kinda.
There's a bunch of names that are very funny.
What's like what?
Like, if your name is Eagles, your name is Childs. Means man.
Never, but would you give them muskets like?
No, maybe like the late 80s. Yeah. I feel like police use night six as well.
What else you know for?
It's time.
Yep.
You know, on the other side.
There are 4 guesses at what year it happened.
Is it?
Okay. So you get a watch.
What do you think that is?
So, which, just like the last one, where's that one? That's good.
Alright, you guys have a little, like 7 minutes left. You're about halfway through.
Oh, like halfway, okay.
Perfect.
So that would be.
Good timing.
No.
City and some states.
Jay.
Oh, that's why you don't.
Can you put on a song for us?
A song?
Yeah.
Not right now, because I want you to talk in your groups. But
Afterwards?
maybe
Can I
in
put on the song?
Crime Fiction today we'll listen to music while you guys read.
If you, I'm not sure.
What? You finished it?
One of these.
Nice. Excited to hear about it.
Right. You get in the
Are we
zone
doing like
to protect the harsh and
Not today.
I definitely go through.
I'm excited for your
New
activity.
York Times becomes the first media source to coin the term police brutality in an article. Police begin wearing bullet vests and camouflage. It looks like gibberish from upside down, actually.
Well, they come over. Look at this.
But
I don't understand this one.
for some reason, I first use of soil and
Quinn told me that you guys just talked about that one in forensics, so I felt like I should add it.
Osak Lenin Irk E
Is there more than one into each
I think you should
picture?
probably be swapped. Just one of those.
So these events do not correlate to the pictures. This
Oh,
event
these-
is
well,
just
you're right,
event.
right.
So these should
Yeah,
go
and
like
you can't have any one.
Yeah. You're creating one continuous timeline.
Mhm.
They have a couple of things that they feel like happened in the same decade, so they kept them like next to each other on the timeline. But other than that, it should be like pretty much one continuous line.
I would assume like.
Interesting.
901 is like, is 9/11, right?
You're drawing good conclusions, Jay. I like
Because
that.
this is like what it was like about created.
Oh, they did it because it was
Police
9/11.
forces, created officers, all. And this is like the founded day. So when
Totally, yeah, the reasoning makes sense for sure.
Cities and states gain each
I feel like
one
this
over
one
their
is
law
like one of the first
enforcement
ones
system.
instead of over here because look at the style of
Law enforcement agencies.
Yeah, you're right. Then
So I will say
switch.
that one is actually a painting. It's not a picture.
Yeah, I know it's a painting.
So it's a painting. That means it's even more.
It's paint.
Good context clue.
Yeah.
You can't tell in black and white that it's not a picture. They were in color, but it is a painting.
They got color in. Okay, yeah, the color didn't
Okay, I
matter.
just told the
This
other
is
group
painting,
this,
right?
so it's only fair.
That's fair.
This is
No, don't help them out. They're the enemy.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, matter color. Color can
Obviously.
if it was a picture.
How can you capture motion in that
snapshot?
speed?
If it was
If
color,
you
then
can
it
go
would
old
matter.
timey,
Because
and
they
old
started
timey,
making
you can stay
paintings
still.
out of color in
How can you
like
capture motion?
1600s
It's a good point.
or later.
So what you're saying is
I don't know, I
this
just know it's-
picture.
This is
Well,
gonna be
around 1600s, they started making color paintings.
Well, you increase in police, you have police.
Okay, you have like 3 minutes left. Speed round. Everybody go fast.
Before the east. You know, you just gave me a really big clue on that one.
Yeah, I know. That's okay.
You know, the.
It
No,
would have been a context clue if it was in color, but I just didn't.
no, the color part is like, gave us a big context clue on that.
But it's a painting.
Yeah, I know. You
It's
just.
not a photograph.
Yeah, I know. That's the reason why that helps us out a lot. Because if it's photograph, then it's going to be around the 1900s. Close to the 1900s.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a painting, they start making color paint around 1600s and further. It's around that era. So painting means it doesn't matter what time period it would be. Because you said it's going to be either 1800s or 1900s, around there. So the painting part means that it doesn't matter which one, but the fact that it's not a picture.
Can I give you an even bigger clue that's in the text?
Yeah.
What does this word mean?
Very good.
Abolitionist riots.
Questionability of.
What would that be connected to in history that you
Uh,
already
still
know
rising
about?
up. Really
Repository.
No, it's not.
It's not right. It's the one with the link. It's Lincoln.
That's the first thing that came to mind.
Lincoln. Lincoln.
I'm not going to tell you anything else, but I'm
Oh.
going to point out that word to you
Planner.
and say, you know what history was happening when there were anti-abolitionists and abolitionists.
It's a planner. My power.
Only
Think
thing that's
about what
coming to
that
mind
means for U.S.
is
history.
just that one thing, that one tip. There's only one thing that comes to mind: jelly donuts and non-jelly donuts. What? I'm serious.
All right, you have 2 minutes left, everybody.
Mother help.
Speed. You can do it.
Don't
I believe in you.
fake
You
on.
got it.
Do I get that?
No.
And then I give up.
Not today. I did feed you all last week though, so.
Yeah, but I wasn't here.
Darn.
Yes.
Jay, just go.
I wasn't at school.
Jay, you gotta.
If you can't put one of these on each, let's make some time. This is like the 1900s, that's the 2000s, whatever you feel like. Does that make sense?
It's higher level.
So use the table as your line,
They're not.
and then put like 1900s, 2000s, whatever time.
Where are the clouds higher level?
Okay.
I know.
If in 1 minute you can't put dates on every single one, order them, and then on the table, write a sticky note that says like, this was the 1900s, this is the 2000s.
Okay, but you brought, can I ask one serious question of
Yes.
tip? Or
One serious clue.
Yeah.
Planner, what is the?
In between what two major dates will these be in between? Yeah.
1600 to present.
It's obvious.
It's not that.
You just spoiled my entire idea. Okay, so
You know.
Okay. So they're using that way against cars, which probably means
I don't like this.
It's just a pre-assessment, just guess,
I
just guess.
don't like this.
You don't need to know, just guess.
You
I think you guys are, I love like overhearing your conversation. I think you're doing a really, really good job.
You know what? Okay, I'm
Building
guessing.
on what you
You
know
said guess, I
already.
give you guess.
Yeah,
Let's go Steven.
Totally, yes.
That's not guessing, that's flinging things places.
I was trying to
No, that's flinging things places.
I really like the reasoning that you're like talking about though, Jay. Like, does this one go first because this is the creation? That makes sense.
Alright, watch, let's say, slave patrols, that's probably gonna be like, so I mean, it's gonna be like all throughout the 1700s, half the
Sure.
what does it say?
You're right.
Exactly. Right.
Okay, I guess.
All right, that's time.
1776 is when the Constitution was.
I know, alright, so.
So we
So,
yeah.
what I'm gonna do,
Yeah, it was
really
pretty
quick.
much
1820
1600.
to 18 times.
No more moving. It's done. Jay, it's done. Don't move anymore. Dave, it's done. Okay, I'm gonna come around and take a picture of this really quick. Just for me, and then we're gonna revisit this later in the unit. And you guys will be shocked at the difference. I'm really proud of what you guys did though. Your reasoning is really awesome. I love that you're using the context clues and thinking of how things are connected.
I'm guessing slave patrols were actually made much more recently, aren't they?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
I don't like this game.
You didn't know when we Google.
Yeah, sure.
For
Just
you
not
to
right
know,
now.
for me to Google.
You missed a chance to like video that's like Stephen the Wonder. Oh,
Now I'm about to Steven Wonder this
Yeah,
stuff.
sure. Stephen the Wonder. I think I got that one. Okay. Thank you. Good work. Please put those back together. I have to reuse them in the next class. So if you can take your sticky notes off, those can just go into the garbage. And then
Yay.
put them back together with that binder quiz.
Okay, you gotta put it back together.
This sounds insane for.
All right. I'm gonna take these from you, Jay.
Please no.
And those. I owe them back to Angela. She was laughing at me watching me cut the regular Post-its into tiny ones, so she was like, I have
We're
these.
cutting regular posts.
Yeah. I have those.
What do you mean?
Thank you.
I don't like this game. This is rigged, man.
Thank you, Nate.
No.
All right. Thanks for participating in that. Like I said, we're gonna come back to it.
We get food, right?
How do you guys think you did? Was
Great.
it really, really hard? Do you feel like you know more than you thought? How do you think? Nate, what did you just say? Not too well. Is there like one part that you felt more confident about than the rest of it?
I have a question.
1 second.
Early.
Yeah.
The early history, you were like, the early bits, like the foundation, I got it. From there, not so much. Okay, Jay, what's your question?
Will you be telling us if any of them are showing us the actual thing and letting us look back on the thing and seeing if we did good or bad?
Yeah, so later in the
Because I'm
unit,
geologically impaired,
the reason these are
or geologically
the
disabled.
reason I like printed these out and laminated them and made them all nice is because we're gonna use these again to like check your understanding and then at the end of the unit. So you'll see how much you're growing and changing, which is kind of awesome. You're gonna learn a lot and maybe be surprised at the order of things. Yeah.
I just want to make two of my disabilities aware in this class. I'm one, geologically disabled.
Geographically.
What you said, and also historically disabled.
Appreciate your courage.
Do you mean
I'm
chronologically?
going to
Yes.
challenge that you are chronologically disabled because
Yeah, okay, you're on one.
I think you just
four.
don't know it yet, and that's okay.
Same difference.
All right. So, you
Well,
might be wondering,
so
what
you-
are we doing with all of this information?
Burn.
We have a new unit project after your student bill of rights stuff is all done. Good job to you guys on finishing that. That was a big project. But the next project we're moving on to was shared in your announcements the past 2 days. So if you could all get your computers out, we're gonna look at it together.
Suddenly, do not like this game.
Thanks for asking. So it's in the agenda I posted in classroom today. I know it maybe is confusing. This is US Law and Justice, not Crime Lit, even though you usually see me there. It's just at the bottom in the links, and it's called US News Portfolio, or News Portfolio.
She just called me for now.
Okay, thanks, Lee. So go ahead and open that up. I covered the basics of what is going to happen here, but take 2 minutes, not even, to read over that really quick. And then we're going to talk it through as a class, and you'll ask any questions you have. Let me know of any concerns, anything like that. But go ahead and read over it. You can talk in your groups for the next 2 minutes. Is everybody there? Do we know what we're looking at? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it easier for you to use your phone, James?
Yeah.
Okay.
My kid's about to die. Okay.
If it's easier to use your phone, that's okay.
I think that.
So in the agenda that I sent out today, this morning, it has all of the things we're talking about in class, and then it also has this attached. News portfolio.
Sniff, sniff.
Oh no, our sell teacher academic teacher stuff too. The teacher website, the fourth teacher site.
I know. I'm not a certified teacher, so I don't feel
Oh.
qualified to do it. But maybe one day.
You're supposed to be what?
I'm not a certified teacher yet. I'm a student teacher. That's why I'm here.
You know what this?
I'm not sure.
Send the world. No, I'm joking.
That's why I like observe you guys, because I'm watching how Marley and Queen.
Yeah, when he first got here, I kept looking back and I'm
I
like,
know you're like, who's this lady in our class? What is she doing?
and I was like, so,
Sorry, Chance.
I kept looking back and in my mind I'm like, please, I was going to say, if I go outside, I see a white van, I'm running.
All right. Do you have your assignment open? Do you have your phone?
But all my to bed.
Okay. Can you share with Chance or with Zach?
Where is this
Maybe you
assignment?
can peer over Zach's shoulder. It is in the announcement that I posted today in the Google Classroom. This is
Or we
US
go
Law
to
and
emails,
Justice.
it's
I
there.
think I'm gonna do police department also.
US,
Hold on to your thoughts. I'm gonna ask you later. Hold on to it. Keep it in your brain.
hold on to my thoughts.
Grab them out of the air. Hold on to it.
Yeah.
All right. Your 2 minutes is up, so we're gonna cover it as a class really quick. I thought I would be able to get through all of this stuff in 90 minutes because this class is longer, but I'm still too slow. So we're not gonna get through everything that I posted in our agenda today, but let's at least talk about this so you know what to do this weekend. Our unit project is the news portfolio. You are required to have 6 news articles, 1 graphic organizer per article, so that's 6 total. I put an asterisk there because you can prove to us that you have a better system. So if the graphic organizer is really not working for you, if you're like, oh, I have a way better system that I like to do, as long as that's working for you and you're able to show that to us, then you can move to using that system. But everybody needs to start out using the graphic organizer that's shared in that assignment. Does that make sense?
C.
C, okay. Great. And then the last thing that you're gonna do with those is take the topics and information covered in those news articles and synthesize a paper that connects the research you've done, your reasoning, and your understanding to a key question that's listed in that assignment. So if you scroll down in the assignment, there's like some possible topics, some things that you might be interested in covering, but then there's also a big chunk that says, link to one of these questions, or something along those lines. And those are like the guiding questions for this class. Jay, you can come back to your seat now.
Okay, thank God I was supposed to sit down.
So your essay needs to connect the ideas and your research to one of the guiding questions for this course. Are we tracking?
Natural.
Perhaps.
Can you give me a thumbs up if you're like, cool, got it, don't need to hear about this anymore? Sideways if you are like, kind of understanding, need some more clarification. Thumbs down if you're like, what the heck are you talking about? Mostly thumbs up, some sideways, some maybe halfway between.
Made this.
C.
A-okay from you, Zach. Okay, great. I'm going to explain it a little bit more, just so that we're all on the same page here. You are going to be researching independently to find these articles. So by the end of class today, you need to have selected a topic and have a plan for the weekend of what your article is going to be, because by Tuesday, you'll need to bring it with you to class, and we'll talk about how to evaluate the credibility of that article. Does that track? Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna give you, again, not even 5 minutes, like 3 minutes, to work in your group to brainstorm some ideas of what your topic might be.
What's occupied inference? And
How?
I'm looking at the
What?
sheet for
Yes.
on bias and right
Legality
by
of
moving in the outlets.
Yeah.
The Legal Institute of Brands.
Legal
Which one's
institution.
occupied inference?
Oh, prison inmates, are they allowed to eat bread or
I
not?
think it's-
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the news,
Why?
okay,
Why can't
it's a
we
news
remove
outlet,
Poor
we'll talk
man
more about
beaten
those
down.
in just a
They
second.
beat him up.
And a lot more on Monday.
That's actually a
Sorry,
thing.
Tuesday.
That's
We
actually a
don't really
thing.
have
Florida
time
man
today.
uses bag up people.
Florida man.
Is the-
Because this class is done at 10:35, right?
That's
Yeah.
actually a thing.
Something
And
like
if
that.
that's a good thing.
10:35.
10:35? Sweet, okay.
What?
Just go.
You
Just
have
go.
50 minutes.
What are we thinking so far?
The legal action of use of bread.
I don't think that's actually something that's in the news, but there is something in the
Yeah,
news
yeah.
recently about bakeries. Do you know what
Does
it
it
is?
involve bread?
Okay. Zach, what about you? Do you have any ideas? Do any of those on the worksheet stand out to you?
Is this like
About bread?
Legal bakery. Bakery.
But also see it makes sense. You know. Like
Literally fries.
it's so complicated. It's so like topical. You know.
That's a Supreme Court case, but let's look at,
Oh.
First.
Oh, but like topicals and like.
let me know. This is not what you should be looking at. It's the other assignment. Yep, there you go. Cool. So this list up here, right there, has a bunch of topics. It doesn't have to be those ones, but do any of those stand out to you? Heck yeah, that sounds like something I can research for 6 articles. Chance, do you have an idea that you like so far?
Not yet.
It's
Okay.
it's
Cadence,
questionable journalistic.
how's your
audio.
brainstorming going?
It's like
It's.
You looked at me like
Brainstorm.
you want to go to sleep.
I get hyperpartisan.
Are you doing okay?
I don't like when they're
Not
sure.
sure.
Audio check is like
Jay,
some kind
I'll
of-
check in with you in a minute.
One of the slap in the face.
No. That's a J
Late.
scream.
Do you have a topic that seems interesting yet?
I want to do police reform, but wants our student bill of rights?
Police reform. Oh, you're thinking student bill of rights.
Yeah, but
So,
police reform.
Earlier, when, hang on, that reminded me of something that I want to tell the whole class.
Oh no.
Earlier, when Marley was discussing with you guys, like, if you're super interested in seeing the Student Bill of Rights through to the bitter end, you can continue to research that for this assignment, which is true. If you feel like you're still super interested in the Student Bill of Rights, that can be your topic, and you can continue to research for these 6 articles. Does that make sense?
One of the.
The one that I felt like the most compelled by was cancel culture and like social accountability. Like how do we hold people accountable through forms like social media and that kind of stuff. I thought that was really interesting, and I've seen a lot about it in the news recently. So I'd love to see one of you take that on, but obviously not required. By the end of class, you do need to have the topic picked out. Okay? Okay. We're going to move forward. So you can keep that in your brain, keep it rambling around in there. If anything pops out, feel free to write it down on a piece of paper. But now you can go ahead and close your laptops and put your phones away. Thank you. Okay, I realized that we haven't really done a very good job telling you about how to research. And this is something we're going to get more into next week about credibility, but I want to give you the foundation because over this weekend you are going to be responsible for finding one of the 6 articles for your news report. So, how do we formulate a research question? That's the most important thing to do. So you need to choose your general topic, do some preliminary researching, find out, is this even something that is in the news right now? Can I even find articles about this? Or is this way too outlandish or something that happened like hundreds of years ago that's not relevant anymore? And then you need to review the requirements of this assignment. There's like some super specific questions at the bottom that your research has to relate to. So find out, is this a topic that I can even connect? Or is this a topic that might be good in another class? And then we're also going to cover a little bit about searching the web. Like, you guys all know how to use Google, right?
Perhaps.
We wouldn't be as much on
Like, you know how to open an internet browser and be like,
it.
what is the current state of police reform? Or anything like that. You know how to do that. You do it all the time. You're in the age of technology. You do that. But do you guys know what Boolean searching is?
Boolean?
Boolean value is
That's
historical
gold.
value that.
Boolean is gold.
Is that like using?
Have you ever heard this term before?
Is that like using Google Words where you like put like quotes around stuff?
Kind of, yeah, that's like the start of it.
So you put a soup.
Has anybody else like heard of this, or are you like, Boolean, what is that?
I've heard of this stuff.
Never heard of it.
I
You
have
heard it,
some.
Jay?
I've probably done it before. actually.
Boolean,
You
yeah,
have
gold.
some?
Gold.
No.
This is something new. Okay, so, actually, Cadence. Give me any topic. It could be anything. It doesn't even have to be related to a current news article. Any topic. Minecraft?
Minecraft.
Let's go.
Okay.
Minecraft.
I know that there is a big push to gamify education right now, and Minecraft is being used that way. So maybe I want to find an article about Minecraft and how it's being used in schools. So I might use a Boolean search, which looks like this. A quote, Minecraft. But I don't just want to search for Minecraft, because that would probably just bring me to like a server to play it, right?
Yeah.
So there's more I need to add. But if I write out a big long sentence in the search bar, it might just pull a couple of the words. So if I just wrote out plainly, Minecraft used in schools.
be education?
just like this.
Wouldn't it be Minecraft and education?
Google might just take this portion, used in schools, or it might just take that portion, Minecraft, and show me results, and then be like, hey, here's a cool Minecraft thing, but this portion used in schools is missing.
Let's test those, we can test it.
Right? Have you guys seen that? When you search on Google, it sometimes at the bottom says, this part of your sentence is missing from this document.
Well, it depends if you're like searching like a super long question about like programming, or if you're searching
Right.
Minecraft used in
It
schools, we
depends
give you
what it
Minecraft
is.
used in schools.
So to get a more accurate search, you use Boolean search. So Minecraft is something I know I need, right? And then I can write and in all capital letters,
Oh.
and then I can write education, or in all caps, schools. And this will get me only resources that have Minecraft and education or Minecraft and schools in the title or in the main portion of the document. So that narrows my search a lot, right? Then I'm not getting all these random words and random articles connected. That's way more specific. Do we want to try it again? I feel like you're still a little shaky. What's another topic?
I mean, for bread.
Bread. Okay.
So I'm guessing the and the
Expect from me.
So that's actually kind of a good one, because there's a lot about bread on the internet.
Minecraft and bread.
Okay, so let's think about this.
priority straight.
If I'm thinking about the big picture of bread, there are so many kinds of bread. Like the internet could tell me about bagels or croissants or a loaf of bread, a baguette, sourdough, all of those
Potato bread.
things. Like you might be looking for what temperature do I bake bread at? But if you just Google bread, it'll probably be like, here's how you start a sourdough starter at home. Here's a recipe for a rustic loaf. Like a million different things, because just bread is not very specific.
So it'd be bread and
instead,
temperature.
If I want to find out how to make croissants using whole wheat flour, that's a specific question. And most of the things that you actually want to know have a specific question related to them. So instead of just searching bread, I can write croissants. I don't know even how to spell it. I'm gonna do it wrong.
CROISSANT.
It doesn't, does it?
C-R-O-I-S-S-A-N-T?
I think that's right. It's French.
Very French. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
actually
so
percent.
croissant is the specific word that I want to start with.
Okay.
And then the other thing that I want is oven temperature.
It's using quotes because you want that whole thing included, right?
Yeah, great point. Temperature.
Oh, yeah, but just put
Quotes. Why did I put the quotes there, Leith? You just said it.
To make sure everything's included in that.
Yeah, so if I took these quotes away, if it looked like this, it would just say croissants and oven, or croissants and temperature. But when I put it in quotes, then the search engine knows that I want specifically oven temperature, not one or the other. Does that make sense?
Oh, we need more than these.
Yeah. Okay. What about or? How can we use or effectively in a Boolean search?
You could do, maybe you're not sure about what you want to cook. You need to cook croissant, well, you can cook bagel.
Okay, how about croissant or puff pastry? Those are pretty similar.
That works.
No, pick again, please,
That works.
please, pick again.
So I want that bit in quotes because it's two words, but I don't want croissant or puff or croissant or pastry.
Yeah.
I want puff pastry.
And then when you
So
say
croissant or, in all caps, puff pastry,
baking.
and,
A puppy.
quote, whole wheat flour.
I'm guessing the or operator takes.
This will give me, oh, that should be and. This will give me a really specific set of recipes instead of everything there is to know about croissants or puff pastry.
When you also include
Does
and
that
recipe.
make sense? Sure, yeah, you could even make it better and write and recipe, which I'm also gonna spell wrong because I don't know the rule
That's
about
nice for recipe,
I-40s.
that's nice for recipe. Pretty good type of recipe.
Yeah, so taking your research question and formulating a good list of Boolean searches will really narrow the field of what comes up for you in the news. Because there is so much out there about police reform or Black Lives Matter or any of that current event stuff. There's so much. So to really get narrow, you need to use really good searching. Do we track? Are we following and or and when to use quotes?
C.
Yeah?
Supposedly.
Cool. Okay. Go ahead and get your computers or phones out again. We just
Wrong.
have. Oh, actually, I take it back. Don't do that. We only have 5 minutes. I want you to take the next, the last minutes of class. Oh, thank you. Take the last minutes of class.
Can I eat it?
No.
Oh.
To formulate your research question. It doesn't have to be in its final form. That's totally fine if it gets edited and changed. But you need to tell me your topic and have your research question in its very rough form. Did I not put it in here? Exit ticket, where are you? There you are. In your journal planner, write your topic and your specific research question. Like I said, if it gets changed or edited, that's totally fine. You haven't done your preliminary research yet, so it's okay if it needs to be changed. But on your way out of the door, you're gonna tell me what those things are. Zach, are you getting started? Thank you.
Right.
Huh?
This is your exit ticket, and then you have a break.
So, topic.
A topic and a rough idea of your research question. And can somebody tell me, this weekend you are responsible for,
Eating.
Researching your first article.
thank you Lee, did everybody hear that?
Yes.
This weekend you are responsible for locating your first article. I'll make an announcement in classroom so that you're all on the same page and have a little reminder. But on Tuesday, when you come back to this class, you need to have in your hand or on your computer your first research article.
Could I do an article about bread?
If you feel like you can somehow make that work and relate
What
to
about
the
cancel
topics,
culture regarding bread?
talk to me about it.
Just think about like on cancel
But
culture regarding
I don't
bread.
think that's going to be effective research for you.
It's kind of like the
For myself
culture.
as well, how are you framing the,
What type of culture does it
like,
need to be?
the limits of the topics? Like, what is the
Cancel culture.
type of topic you think?
I said anything that's currently in the news that they feel like frames the key concepts for this class, so the right set of questions. And then I also said use the topics as guiding topics, so it doesn't have to be that specifically, but maybe a branch off of those topics.
Okay, cool, thanks.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't here when you
Oh yeah,
introduced
no
that,
problem.
so I was curious, not really.